And welcome everyone to the Big Apple, ladies and gentlemen. Home of the reigning champions at the NSL at Open Squash in Fi-Dai here in New York City, where we are a couple minutes away from the action as we're now deep into the National Squash League regular season. In today's matchup, the New York Knights against the Greenwich Panthers. This is the Greenwich Panthers National Squash League season debut as they join in as a newcomer. A lot of noise with the Greenwich Panthers having the number one pick with the season. So without a doubt, they had picked Mustafa Asal, who's currently powering through the World Champions draw and who actually may be playing in the middle of this match up against Kareem Gawad, who has a fairly dominant record against Gawad. So don't really see him being challenged there, but unfortunately will not be featured. So we'll see how the Greenwich Panthers will fare against the New York Knights today. New York Knights also the reigning champions in the NSL. Fun fact is none of the players featured today was a part of that championship, is present for that from that championship run. And truly admirable to see the trust that the ownership, Elizabeth Hill and Lou Valdezon, have in their players and organization. Obviously not ideal with the players being out, but just brilliant by them to keep their players. And we have the roster of New York Knights of Ian Yao, Simon Herbert, and Dylan Huang. And then for the Greenwich Panthers, we have Juan Vargas, Sanjay Jiva, and Diego Gobi.
Driving the most important initiatives for the growth of squash in the United States.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's your moment of truth. We're going to introduce the teams. They're going to get on, they're going to warm up, there's going to be a photograph. We're going to tell you the rules, and then we're going to play some squash. Oh yes! To introduce our Greenwich Knights, would you please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jana Shea.
Hi, everyone. Introducing the Greenwich Panthers. We're going to start with the coach, Cameron Pilley. From Brazil, high world ranking of 89, Diego Gobi. From Malaysia, high world ranking of 66, Sanjay Jiva. And from Colombia, high world ranking of 37, Juan Vargas. Handing it off to Matt.
Okay. I'm going to introduce the New York Knights. Their coach, Mr. Sam Sherrill, ladies and gentlemen. Next up from the USA, highest world ranking 102, Dylan Huang. From England, highest world ranking 49, Simon Herbert. And from Malaysia, highest world ranking number 10, Yautin, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a little photograph on court, and then I'm going to tell you the rules. Okay, so we'll get the photograph done, then the rules are coming. I can't wait, neither can you. If you do want to get a drink, now might be a quick, good time to do so, ladies and gentlemen.
And we are moments away with the player introductions from both teams here. I mean, candidly speaking, I think the Greenwich Panthers are a bit of the underdogs here with just the quality of players that the New York Knights are going to be able to have. But we, again, ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away. And why don't we just quickly go through a refresher of how the NSL format goes, as we see the first players are going to be Ian Yao versus Juan Vargas to kind of start this off. I think they are the two highest ranked players in the respective teams, so it does make sense to kind of set the tone to start this match up. But yeah, again, rules real quick. How does it work? Each team is going to utilize 3 players competing over 3 periods of squash. The leading team by score after each period will win that leg of the match. And teams can sub their players on and off and use power plays to win the match ultimately. Power plays, what are they? Each team has 2-minute power plays for each period. In the third period, each team has an additional 1-minute power play, and only the team on power play can score points and serve. The defending team can win rallies, but not score points or serve. So no concurrent power plays and no power plays with 4 minutes or less on the clock. And how are the periods going to work? The running clock's going to be 2 20-minute periods. So this period's going to be 20 minutes, and the next one's going to be 20 minutes. On the final period, it's going to be 30 minutes to end it off. The first 2 legs are worth 1 point each, and the final leg is worth 2 points. If tied after 3 legs, which I'm really hoping for, there's going to be a best of 5 overtime shootout where and so there'll be a penalty shootout where each team will line up their players one by one. But here we go. The players are warming up. It's going to be fast-paced in this open squash glass court. I don't really personally have experience here, but it seems like the court is slightly dead from what we see. But yeah, it should be very exciting. I'm very excited to see how the Greenwich Panthers are going to respond. They are the underdogs here, just in terms of pure ranking. Compared to the New York Knights caliber of players, they have Ian Yao, who is top 10 in the world right now, who's really playing probably some of the best squash in his career, winning the Malaysia Cup this season, and having quite a decently strong World Championships. He just finished up losing out to Mustafa Sal in 3, but really thought he brought the game to him, really challenged him to take the tee. But and then we have Juan Vargas, ranked 37. Lost out to Victor, but has had in the World Championships, but has had a very solid season so far, having wins against Nicky Mueller this season, having wins over Rory Stewart, who is a New York Knight as well, unfortunately not featured in today's match, and over Henry Lung as well from Hong Kong. So he's had a very successful season so far, so he's going to be full of confidence. The one caveat is that Ian Yao has not played in this format, so it should be interesting to see how he combats the NSL format, the power plays, the stop-starts, the different types of explosiveness that the NSL brings to squash. So that's one thing we should look out for, as he is someone who's very stable, who likes to build the rallies up. And also Juan Vargas, also a very solid player. So mentioned this before in other matches as well. The start is imperative for the NSL. You do not want to have your opponent kind of run away at the beginning, as one power play could really extend the lead further, and you have to play catch up the rest of the entire period. So it is very imperative for that start to be close or to have a really good start. And we will be starting the match will start in 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. And it should be interesting. Another thing to look out for is Sanjay Jiva for the Greenwich Panthers. He's very, very attacking player. So I imagine Cameron Pelly, coach of the Greenwich Panthers, will be utilizing the power play with a player like Sanjay Jiva. And don't forget, this is a must win for the New York Knights. Again, we see the graphic of Sanjay Jiva, 25, also from Malaysia, highest ranking of 66. He's really moving up the rankings since graduating from FNM, and is currently based in England. So should be very exciting to see the different styles of players all being featured today, from someone as steady as Ian Yao to someone very attacking like Simon Herbert or Sanjay Jiva. So it should be a cracker. Should be very interesting to also see how the different coaches of Sam Sherrill from the New York Knights and Cameron Pelly utilize the power play, utilize the subs. But we are about to begin. And we got Juan Vargas serving us up to start this. As the crowd goes quiet. Here we go. Both these players love building their rallies up, finding their corners early. We'll guess it'll be a lengthy rally affair before the substitutions will happen, but again, really important to get that strong start. Watch out for Ian Yao's backhand. A bit unconventional from what we're used to seeing from players, but the way he's able to snap there makes him slightly more deceptive. So that's something to look out for. Juan Vargas gets the opening point. Immediate fist pump for the Greenwich Panther debut. Almost found the nick there. Juan Vargas, very impressive scenes so far. Also very excited to see him succeed in this NSL format. He was drafted last year as well. He is moving the ball around. Breaking up the structure of Ian Yao. Very knowledgeable crowd in New York. Squash fans there, as we can see in the Tournament of Champions. Off the stroke there, but Knights to play it, and he was rewarded. What a shot from Juan Vargas. Fantastic start from him. Takes a mini lead here to Love to start this off. We'll see how Ian Yao responds. Juan Vargas, 30 years old. He's drafted 3rd round from the Greenwich Panthers. Ian Yao, a mishit, but his first point in the NSL. A massive pickup for the New York Knights, who were shorthanded with Sebastian's injury. And one of the highest ranked players in the NSL as a whole. Glad to see him featured as well, as he quickly ties it up here. 2-all. These players are coming off plenty of squash, coming from Chicago from the World Champions. It's these two. Should be sharp with their games. Juan Vargas takes the ball short there on the volley drop. Yeah, not really finding his mark in the front of the court here, but Juan Vargas has. We See a couple different camera angles here, front and back, with the beauties of the NSL. Juan Vargas taking a short, really finding his range there. Twisting and turning Yao in this rally, but Yao responds. Lengthy rallies to start this off. I'm not surprised with these two players. Both really like to build their rallies up. Find their corners. Juan Vargas, I must say, has been moving Yao a bit more. Yao defending nonetheless. Yeah, as we see his first error. Yao being coached by Sean Moxham recently, and we see him a lot more in Connecticut. That could have had a lot to do with him being picked up by the New York Knights by proximity. And he's answered the call here by joining the New York Knights, the reigning champions. First decision should be pretty straightforward stroke. Traffic shouldn't be an issue with these two. Both fantastic movers. They both get out of the way. Both play very clean squash, so. And Juan Vargas, again, takes a mini lead. As we all know, Juan Vargas, Trinity grad from college squash. A bit older than the other crowd that's been moving up the rankings, as we see with the generation of Victor Youssef, and is showing that the college squash scene has been around for a while, and they've been pursuing the professional, and ranked 37 in the world from Colombia. What a background he's had, and I believe he's trained a lot out of Prague with Gregory Gaultier. Quite a camp going on over there as well, so. And we see another error. Could be nerves for Yao in this NSL format, but I doubt this will continue. He's such an experienced player, has played in the big scenes. But Juan Vargas continues to build the lead at 7-3 now. A great performance. He's just a lot more solid, finding his corners. Taking the ball short, moving him around. Got a yes let. Yao moving to the service box as he goes to stroke. A little cheeky. Oh, wow. As Yao finds his range there. Unbelievable shot. Juan Vargas really utilizing that boast. As this is the first time it's costed him. He's opened up the court a little too early. Doesn't matter. That's a great response to kind of kill the momentum here. And we got a first substitution. Dylan Huang from USA subbing in. He can quickly warm up a couple shots and then they'll get right into action. We'll see how Dylan Huang fares against a much higher ranked Juan Vargas. Is Juan Vargas going to be able to capitalize? Is Dylan Huang going to be able to stand his ground here against Juan Vargas, who's ranked 37? And he immediately finds the nick. Commentator's curse, maybe. As soon as I express my doubts, Dylan Huang shows the player he is. Instrumental to the Penn success. As we see Juan Vargas upping the pace here. Pace has been risen here. And we will go to the player interview. soon enough. Dylan cracking to the lead. There we go.
Hi. So you were the first player to play for the Knights, right? The first two rallies took around 2.5 minutes. Yes. So were you expecting a long start? Was that part of your plan? Do you think they would do the same, or did you have another strategy and it took different?
I think we're just aiming for the long game plan today. It's not just about the start. I think that was definitely the plan, just to make it long and just to tire them out for the whole duration, not just for this one. And of course, Wonka played really well, and he got like a few points up against me. So I'll be looking forward to turning that around.
Perfect. Thank you.
And we are back in action. And we get another substitution from the Greenwich Panthers. We get Sanjay Jiva coming in. 2 college squash players. Sanjay Jiva has really moved up the rankings since graduating. Was also working with Rodney Martin for a bit in Connecticut, and now is based in England, but from Malaysia. So he's really had a global, worldwide experience when it comes to squash, and really shows his flair. Oh, very explosive, very attacking player. You get the good and the bad with him, right? You get the quick points, the explosiveness, but also you get the errors, and we'll see how he's able to mitigate the errors today, and hopefully show a really good performance. You can see the rusty start. I mean, this is the thing about the NSL. As we have a power play by the New York Knights. Only Dylan Huang can score points, and that's a costly error from Sanjay Jiva. Really utilizing him being cold as he's jumped on. This is quite a tactic from Coach Sam Sherrill from the New York Knights, who's an experienced player in the format, as well as coaching that championship run last year. So he knows how to work the strategy, whether it comes to substitutions, whether it comes to power plays. Again, only Dylan Huang can score points. He's the only one who can score or serve. And he's quickly mounting the points. It's a bit rattled, Sanjay Jiva, right now. Fan shot. Sanjay Jiva trying to weather the storm here, but my goodness. Dylan Huang is smashing that ball. Sanjay kind of settling in now, slowing the pace, as he should here. Got 16 seconds left in this power play. Fan backhand. Didn't catch Sanjay this time. This hit. Could this be the last? Quite the power play. Now the New York Knights have a 3-point cushion, 12-9 here. Sanjay responds right back. As Greenwich Panthers still have a power play in their pockets right now. As Cameron Pilley on the side there, really attentively looking, deciding when to use the power play maybe. I highly recommend it should be through Sanjay, the most attacking player in this Greenwich Panther squad here. We also see Simon Herbert warming those legs up, anxious to get on. What a performance he had in that season opener against the Philadelphia Lightnings. Kind of mismanaged, I thought, with how explosively they came out as a team and ultimately costed them. But nonetheless, he had a brilliant performance there. He has the game for the NSL, quite the good balance. And as soon as Sanjay Jiva puts in that, cracks down on that lead, Cam Scholl wastes no time to put Simon Herbert on. This should be quite a good battle here. Immediately, Greenwich Panthers with the power play, everyone. This is the right player to do it for. Simon Herbert just jumping on. Let's see how he responds. Is he going to slow it down? Immediately thrown short. That feathery touch. Needs to hurry. 1 minute 36 seconds left. Herbert, at this point, quite a veteran in the NSL format. He's been playing. He's in that final last year in Nashville, now with the New York Knights. As Sanjay gets his first point on the power play. Let's see how much damage he can do. Oh. Yes, let. It's a bit of a dangerous shot, but kind of a signature for Sanjay you got to watch out for. Simon slowing it down. Another lob to Sanjay's backhand. Again, only Greenwich Panthers can score points. Only Sanjay will be serving. Another let. Maybe perhaps manufacturing the decisions here. This is incredible defense here from Simon Herbert, who's known a lot more for his attacking and high-paced game. That's an error. Our ball was down. Simon seems a lot more settled in than where Sanjay was coming in there. 13 seconds left in this power play.
And that's it, you're out of time. It's back to regular scoring.
We're asking for a decision here. And not the best power play by it. Great defense by Simon Herbert. Now it's just going to be just squash. With a lot of decisions going on here.
That's a stroke.
Oh, got the tweener. And it's unfortunate hitting Simon's foot there as Greenwich Panthers are now taking the lead. Oh, what a beauty there from Sanjay Jiva. Tricky. A bit ambitious there. And that's the squash you're going to get with Sanjay. Brilliant hold, brilliant hold. A lot of pressure for Simon here, but responds. Getting some traffic here. Three minutes, 50 seconds on the clock.
We got a substitution on here for Greenwich.
Cheeky movement there, but we got from Greenwich, we got Diego coming on from Brazil. These two have played actually recently in the Manchester Open, which Simon won in 4. We'll see how they manage here, but got a player interview coming up here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hey, Jenna.
Hi, good. So you started out with Dylan, and you were leading, and then they power played, and they climbed up, and then when they switched with Simon, you guys used a power play, and then you guys used a little bit, and now you could climb back up too. So was that when you were down and you got up?
Yeah.
How was the strategy? Like, when they power play, was that annoying you for a bit, or is that you expected it and you just knew how to play and just keep going because you knew you were gonna use yours after?
It was not expected. We were just trying to see who's going to use it first, because our plans also do me to come in and start using against Dylan, because he would have been moving around a bit more, and then I could come in and attack. So he used it, and obviously I'm cold, and same tactics for both sides. He's trying to move me, and I was just trying to like get into my play, and it's hard, you know, when it's the first period, you're just coming in, and he's already attacking, so it's like trying to maintain it and you know, with the crowd behind, it's trying to control the nerves as well.
So it's all a matter of who uses it first and how do you react to that when that happens.
Correct. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have a 4-point lead right now from the Greenwich Panthers. Can Diego hold on? The rampage that Simon's going to put on here, really upping the pace. Might be one of the closest first periods I've witnessed so far.
Yes, that is.
It is imperative that Greenwich Panthers get this first period under their belt. This is a season debut, and we got a costly error from Simon Herbert there. And a lot of pressure for the New York Knights. It's a must-win situation here. They lost a season opener, a lot on the line for their playoff hopes. Got another costly error as Diego runs away. Is starting to run away with it. The pressure of needing to get points on as quickly as possible, that's costing these errors from Simon Herbert. As the time clock is at 1 minute now. And I think this might be now a lead a little too much for the New York Knights to come back here. Quite a bit of a different scenario from their season opener where they came out firing in the first two periods, kind of dominated, and then kind of got gassed out in that third period. Thirty 37 seconds left here on the clock. Did not see this coming from the Greenwich Panthers, but Diego just keeps absorbing the pressure. Brilliant start from them. Oh, what a shot from Simon. He's really let the risk go here.
3 seconds left to be served.
Looks like the Greenwich Panthers will take this period 27-19. As now it is going to be a mountain to climb for the New York Knights, as a lot is at stake here.
There's a bar down there. Just so you know. We're starting again in 4.5 minutes. Probably long enough to get down there. Once again, thank you to our sponsors over at Squash, New York Squash. That night. Do it into the raffle. While they're landing the ball. We'll be doing it in the next break between periods. Next period begins in 4 minutes.
Driving the most important initiatives for the growth of squash in the United States.
And what a first period that was, everyone. I did not see that coming. I really expected the New York Knights to come out firing, especially with the season on their line. But again, the first period's just worth 1 point. No need for panic. They need to stay calm here as the second period's about to commence. Should be interesting to see any lineup changes, how they're going to approach the different matchups. That's one of the fascinating things about the NSL is different matchups, how different players handle different styles of play. For example, with Sanjay Jiva being a left-handed player who's attacking. We'll see Simon warming up here, but we're about to get a replay with the coaches in just a sec here, everyone.
You're just going to get called by red. The best example was set by the first two players. You're just going to make sure
Really good. I was saying, like, if you're defending a power play, you're slowing it down and give them less chances to serve.
I didn't know how to.
It's a fun. It's a weird one.
I was just trying to rush everything, and when I had the power with the serve, too much. Maybe then he was just already in the front,
Yeah.
right? Like, at times you would maybe show that you're gonna go for it and just
Yeah.
match it second.
Did you feel okay rushing in between points, or did you feel that rush
When I
you?
was apart?
Yeah.
Yeah, rushing was
That was fine? Okay.
Yeah, it was more
Yeah.
just like trying to get my like getting back and then go for it. Like getting
Yeah.
back first, but I was
Fascinating to see Cameron Pilley and the team collaborating there, seeing the different styles. And it's obvious right now, it's apparent that the Greenwich Panthers, who are new to the whole format, be able to win that first period. It just shows a lot of potential they have without even their best player here, with Mustafa Saul being at the World Championships against Kareem Gawad today. Very impressed with Diego's consistency here. Again, these two have played in the Manchester Open this year, where Simon won out in 4. And this format is not the usual best of 5 to 11 time clock, different types of actions for power play. Oh, that's just gorgeous from Diego with the trickle boast. As Simon shakes his head, it is imperative if they get a good start here, not let Diego take too much of a lead. As a lot is on the line, everyone. These are the reigning champs, the New York Knights. And for Greenwich Panthers, a new team to just come in their house and take the win would be a statement win, but also just devastating for the New York Knights. So we'll see how Simon Herbert, we'll see how Dylan Huang, Ian Yao respond. Just landing a bit short with the length.
Yeah. And also, no, exactly. Yeah. And you know when you play.
What a rally there. Oh, that's gonna be maybe a stroke. Simon is starting to get irritable here. Needs to stay calm and level-headed.
It's a stroke. No argument with the referee. That's the rules.
Yes, this is. Greenwich Panthers really a lead here in the second period. And we're going to go to a player interview, everyone.
Hola, Juan.
Hello.
Hi. So you guys are leading. You won the first period, and you started the first period. So do you think you guys are going to keep playing the way you're playing with your coach's tactics, with the power plays and the subs, or do you think something's going to happen and change with how this period is going right now? Do you think something's going to happen? You're going to have to change strategies, or no?
Yeah, I think it depends a little bit on how each game disinvolves, but we did well in the first game, so as of now, we're going to stick with that tactic. I think we have a bit of confidence and momentum going, so we're going to try and keep it that way. If it's the case that it switches, then we'll probably have to do some subs or talk a little bit with Cameron on how to contain their momentum. We'll see.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And we are back here from that player interview with Juan Vargas as Diego takes a 3-point lead. No power plays have been used. It's been a steady start from here for Diego. A bit rattled Simon Herbert, but again, here it just shows his quality. He's really trying to speed it up. Simon is not happy with the decisions here coming on, but just needs to let it go. Upping the pace here. Not really finding his corners though. And Diego kind of feeding off of that. And that's good news for Simon as he finds his range going in short. As he snaps that ball in. Diego staying stable. Not making any errors here. And Coach Tam takes out Simon Herbert. Maybe didn't really like the consistency there, but we have Dylan Huang, Philadelphia native here. Dylan promotes a very much so error-free type of squash, so we'll see how he kind of weathers the storm. It should be just long, lengthy affairs here between these two. Diego's been carrying the team since that end of the first period on to the second. We'll see how his legs are holding up with the pace as we actually see the first error come into play. And on the side camera, we see the frustration that was Simon and Sam Sherrill, Coach Sam Sherrill talking there. These two are quite close in the rankings, actually. Diego being ranked in the 90s and Dylan Huang ranked 116 right now. Still moving up the rankings. Gorgeous hold there from Diego. Moving the ball around. Hitting the diagonal from the post. Really finding his flair of squash here. Wow. I mean, this is a thing of beauty in terms of squash 101 and moving your opponent, but error, but shouldn't be too phased. He was able to put some work in Dylan Huang's legs there. Do you think this is good news for the Greenwich Panthers, Diego, being the lowest ranked player, being able to hold it to 10-9, and I mean, it's got to be a good substitution for the New York Knights here, taking back the lead, but Coach Billy responds right away, putting Sanjay Jiva bit of a rapid start in the first period for Sanjay. I think this period's going to let him get settled in a lot more than the first period. As Dylan Huang makes an error. More steady. We have seen Sanjay's game evolve over the years to outright attacking, to showing this consistency that he can have with his athleticism, his speed, his explosiveness. Not there. Shows his flair. Dylan Huang really steadying the ship. Again, these two product of college squash, F&M and Penn. Dylan Huang, instrumental to that championship team that was created essentially from Gilly Lane. Really played a steady position in the ladder. Sanjay leading the F&M team, the one spot. So two veterans on the college squash, team format squash, as well as just how amazing it is to see them pursue the professional circuit. Got a lengthy rally here. Sentence I thought I wouldn't say with Sanjay Jiva on court. Gorgeous volley drop from his backhand. And we got a power play from the Greenwich Panthers, again with Sanjay Jiva. He's quick, needs to capitalize on this time here. Again, New York Knights cannot score any points as Dylan Huang slows it down. We'll see how Sanjay is going to be able to generate that flare in between. You already see some adjustments from how he used the power play in the first period where he was just outright attacking. Now he's kind of building up a little bit of a rally. You need to find a right balance. Doing a great job slowing it down, taking time off that clock with 45 seconds now. Still lobbing away. That's just not good enough from Sanjay. And that is gorgeous. I mean, that definitely puts some damage in Dylan Huang's legs as well. He needs to be ready to serve. That's one of the beauties of the power play. You can't be wasting time. No shenanigans here in the NSL. As Dylan Huang slows it down to Sanjay's backhand again. Really pinning him in that corner, forcing that error. Sanjay checks the clock. It's apparent to see that New York Knights a lot more familiar with the rules behind the NSL in comparison to the Greenwich Panthers, who are relatively new. Oh, and we see Sanjay's shoes untied. You guys can see on the screen there, his white shoes. We got a substitution here as well. As Sanjay quickly ties his shoelace. That is a rookie mistake. And we got Ian Yao, both representing Malaysia. These two have played again this season as well, which Ian Yao quite dominated. A 3-1 victory, but this is a new format. And Ian Yao seemed a bit rattled in the start there. That's the thing. He's a bit cold. You got to be ready to go as soon as you jump on. And here we go. We're going to go to a player's interview.
Hello, Dylan.
Yeah.
So 2 things. If I'm not wrong, I think you were the first player in the Knights team to have a lead over the Panthers throughout the whole match until this point. So what do you think happened? Do you think it was something you did differently or something they did differently, negatively?
I mean, I went out there, didn't really care about the score, just thought about playing solid squash, and I executed for that period.
And then second thing, Sanjay had a power play, and you did great. I think he took 2 or 3 points only. You defended really well. You had a longer rallies. You were like, I'm not going to go for it. Let him do the errors, and he did actually a couple more errors than actual wins. So what were you thinking, and how did you manage to make the power play turn into your favor?
Yeah, they noticed the ball was kind of flying around, so I thought that he would struggle to take it in, and I decided to slow it down. A lot of lifts, a lot of lobs. Just kind of played a defensive game from there, and yeah, it worked out.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Fascinating to hear the players' insights as you hear there from Dylan Huang saying the court's flying around, so it's a bit harder for the players to kind of finish off points, especially with the power play. But just as I say that, the New York Knights go for a power play here. Not only can you just attack, but also the Greenwich Panthers can't score any points here, so it's a form of defense as well to keep in mind here. As we see, top 10 player, my goodness. That's one way to defend the power play. Just go for Knicks, right? We see a bit more of a sense of urgency in Yao compared to that first period. But really nothing in it between these two teams. Should Be interesting to see how Ian Yao constructs these power plays. Someone who likes to build up rallies. As we saw a couple weeks back, Mustafa El-Sardi just stopping the rallies in the middle. He doesn't like how the point's going. Sanjay completely changing his style from when he was on power play and adopting what Dylan Huang was doing, lifting that ball up. Free wall boast. Oh, gorgeous drop there. 20 seconds left in this power play. It'll be only squash after. That's a costly guess. You shouldn't be really guessing here. The last 10 seconds, and could probably sneak in another point. This should be the last point. There's no need for Ian Yao to rush this one. And he doesn't even have to. What a low kill there. As we get the matchup of the first period to start it, that started this off, Juan Vargas, who was able to take a lead over Ian Yao in that first period. So we'll see how Ian Yao responds here. Vargas immediately ups the pace. Definitely a tactic we're seeing with him. Greenwich Panthers' highest ranked player. Sneaky 2-point lead, but with the way Juan Vargas is playing, costly there. Definitely can tell with the way Ian Yao's cutting the ball that he's finding his range. 2-point lead. Yep, he's definitely finding his range here. We'll see how Vargas is able to respond. Oh, and that's one way to respond. Just find the back wall, Nick. Unbelievable. Really nothing in it in this second period. Vargas marches on to tie the second period 17-all. More urgency from Yao. We got a no let as Sam Sherrill screams for his player. Got 3 minutes, 20 seconds, everyone. Oh, and a wrong flutter. Thought that was a Sanjay special. Seeing it. Teammates adopting each other's styles here. How will Yao respond? They don't want to go too low down here. As the Greenwich Panthers took the first period. Bit of a surprise as they were the underdogs coming in. Oh! Vargas kind of letting his wrist go here with the deception on display. This is a tough rally. Regret that. Snap. And my goodness, the soft touch. Yeah, it takes a 1-point lead with 2 minutes left on the clock here. This is where she get nervous. You don't really see it tight in the second period. It's usually teams run away till the third period gets very close. But boy, we treated to some good squash here. Great lift. Lifts one more time. That one save with the volley. Alvarez is just not missing going short. Oh, did he find the neck? Oh, it doesn't matter. That takes a mini 2-point lead with 1 minute 10 seconds left. Walmart's really pushing. He needs to. And that's a costly error. No need to panic for either one of these guys here. Just need to be playing clean. Oh, that's a stroke. So yeah, it takes back the lead, and it's like gonna be another stroke. Oh yeah, we're kind of using his experience there, asking for the scoreboard. Kind of killing the clock as he has a 2-point lead. A couple boos in the crowd. Must be the Greenwich Panthers fan bus coming in hot. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, wow. Gets rewarded for the good cross court. And we got this point will decide it on the second period. Oh, it's a yes let. Oh, this is entertainment at its highest here, ladies and gentlemen. If Juan Vargas can tie this up in the second period, they're going to have to play it one more point to determine who's going to take the second period. Oh, that's loose. His backhand probably favors Yao, who likes to play on this side. Juan Vargas has been playing better in today's evening. Oh, this is a nerve-wracking point. Oh. He's got to get there. Oh, what a drop. We're getting a monster rally, everyone. Oh, did he get him? Wow, this should have just gotten that. What a rally to tie it up, and unfortunately for me, that means we're not going to get a penalty shootout. The third period, whoever wins the third period will take it all. And the streak continues for me. And we're going to be heading to ads, ladies and gentlemen, before the third period starts.
Driving the most important initiatives for the growth of squash in the United States.
We got a raffle show going on in between the second and third period. But wow, what a comeback there for the Knights with their season on the line here. Brilliant by them. I thought they looked down and out at the beginning of the second period. Maybe they were looking to master energy in the third, but they got a lot to prove in the third. I still think they are producing the best they can with the caliber of players they have. So it should be interesting. I think the Greenwich Panthers obviously have been the more steady team, in my opinion. More error-free squash. So it should be fascinating to see the responses from both teams, how they're going to come up again with the matchups. Couple of fascinating statistics. Shout out to BG providing these stats. Sanjay Jiva has been a part of all 4 power plays, whether that be on offense or defense, which is fascinating to see how the other teams are seeing who they want to pair up for power plays. I mean, it's such a tactical play here with Sam Sherrill being such an experienced coach who's been a part of the NSL from its early days to now what it is today, and also being a part of that championship team run as both player coach. So there's a lot of trust from the owner, Elizabeth Hill, on Sam Sherrill as a coach and what he can bring to the table. And we got also Cameron Pilley, former world number 11, who's also in the SDA Pro Tour now. His experience with squash coming into play. Curious to see how he's going to approach this into the third period. And I do think if Greenwich Panthers are able to sneak this without Mustafa Asal even present on the roster today, I think that's a statement win. That's scary times ahead for the rest of the league, and puts a lot of big question marks ahead of New York, who come off such a strong campaign last year. But we'll see what happens in this third period. All to fight for in this third period here. Let's see how it goes. If anyone's watching through the YouTube streams, comment down who you think should be the MVP so far in today's game. And as we see Dylan Huang on the side there getting preparing the team for the third period. And we got the schedule up. We got so much action, everyone, this weekend. We got, obviously, today's Greenwich and NYC. We got Louisville, Nashville coming up tomorrow. Newport, Cleveland coming up on Saturday on May 17th. It's just going to be nonstop action. And then we'll have that kind of wrap up the regular season play from May 22nd to June 13th. And then we're going to go straight to the semifinals and finals. Should be an action-packed. I mean, have not been a part of a match this close in the scoreboard. Usually teams get to kind of run away with it in the first period, kind of exchange those runaway. But these two teams have been very close, as the margins have been very close as well. So we'll see if that'll continue. Personally, as a squash fan, I do hope it continues in this third period. But we'll have to see if the New York Knights kind of show their caliber in terms of rankings, or if Greenwich Panthers kind of continuing on their great play as we see Diego kind of warming up. I'm going to assume that he's going to be jumping on court first. He's been such a steady play in the first 2 periods. Highly, highly impressed by his performance today, as he is the lowest ranked player on the Greenwich Panthers team, but it's not been being shown at all with the style of play he's bringing to the table today. A couple other interesting statistics to bring to you guys, to the audience here. Again, shout out to BG for providing these for me. The plus minuses throughout the first 2 periods. Juan Vargas +2, Sanjay Jiva +1, Diego +2. So there's no minus player for the Greenwich Panthers. However, for the New York Knights, Yao -1, and Herbert -9, and Dylan Huang being the lowest ranked player, being +5. So it's interesting to see, as explosive as the NSL is, you kind of want to also be very consistent and steady. Very fascinating statistics brought to you by BG. We're going to be on to the third period here, as I'm sure BG is going to be watching closely, kind of doing the scouting reports. Philadelphia Lightning's on super unfortunate news with their top player Ali Abu going down with injury, but I am no doubt that other players are going to step up to the plate. Just speedy recovery for Ali Abu, and also Rohan, who also was unfortunately hit with an injury. It's been a week of unfortunate injuries this week even in other sports, my favorite team, Celtics, Jason Tatum coming down as well. It's been a rough week for me, but not with the type of squash we're seeing here.
You good to go, gents?
We're going to get some insights on what the coaches have to say in between these periods. One of my favorite things to hear. So, third period starts
Eight, six. Keep going. Coach? Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give Yao 8 minutes, and then Dylan, you're going to take 6. Simon, you've got 8, and then we're going to finish off with Yao of 8. We're going to be doing the back-to-back power play, so 2 into 1. See how that goes. I think we'll probably give that to Yao to finish it.
As we see some insights and strategy from Coach Sam Sherrill there. What really surprised the NSL as a whole last year in the final is, again, in this third period for the audience, you have one more 1-minute power play, but what Coach Sam did last year was he doubled up by using it consecutively, which meant one player had 3 minutes of power play, which I thought was quite brilliant. 1-minute power play, it's just a little too short of a time to really do much, but to put it together will really weaken the legs of your opponent, as we have a very steady start here from both players. Quite a massive ranking difference between these two, but also the depth of the PSA Tour nowadays. See if Diego can hold on, or if Yao's going to be able to show his class here, kind of extending the lead. But for now, it's just a huge, huge rally here to start the third period off. Gorgeous. Diego kind of reading that volley, jumping up on the tee there. Just not wide enough from Yao. Yao this season has really upped his physicality, joining Sean Moxham up in Connecticut, really working with him. I think that Sean Moxham, obviously renowned for his relationship with David Palmer. I mean, not much to be said about David Palmer, just the legend of the sport, the Marine. It's just kind of implementing that type of physicality into Yao's game has been fantastic curve for him, as he's always had the racket skills for the top of the game, but kind of adding that physicality. And also with Diego, just brilliant to see players outside of the usual powerhouses of squash come through, especially in South America, and for being from Brazil here, taking a mini lead, but Yao answers back. But just steady start. Again, everyone, third period is not 20 minutes, but 30 minutes. And with these two, the score being 1-1, whoever takes this period will take today's match. Diego handling the nerves a lot better, in my opinion, in today's match compared to Yao. It'll be a bit longer of a period, so we'll see if the players can have the legs for it. It's a lot more fast-paced than the usual PSA, which means players do get a bit more tired. So Yao finds his length there. Real soon after this round, we're going to have a coach's interview coming up as Yao finds his range again. The scoreboard is tied, so no need to panic. Go! And we are about to go to the coach's interview.
Hi, Sam. Hi. Good, thank you. So you guys were down down the first period, and they were winning comfortably-ish. And then the second period, up until the last couple of rallies, first couple of rallies, Dylan came in and switched the whole thing. Yeah. Was that like a strategy of yours? Did you knew that this was going to happen, or that's just happened, and then you took that chance?
No, I mean, I think Dylan just played incredibly. He had a power play against him, and then he's playing one of their best and trickiest players, and he comes out of that, I think, only losing 1 point on the power play, and then maybe being even or up even a couple of points on the rest of the period. So I thought Dylan really put us back in amazing position. And Simon also. I mean, Simon was down 9-3 or something. He battles back to, maybe it was 8-3, comes back to 9-7, to be down only 2 going into Dylan's period, makes a huge difference. And so I thought both of them did a great job, and then Yao carried us home and won some really tough points there at the end. So, it's just about winning your periods, and it's simple at that point. So,
well, good luck in the last period. Thank you. Yep.
We are back. I mean, this is just incredible effort from Diego here. I mean, the ranking difference between these two players is quite significant. Diego being in the 90s and Yao being the top 10. This is admirable stuff, and he's just really hitting his corners here. Not being afraid to take the ball short when given the opportunity to. We'll have to see how Yao answers back. We see a fist pump from Diego. What a debut by him. He takes a 2-point lead after around 7 minutes of play here in the third period. I mean, talk about the depth Greenwich Panthers are bringing to the table.
We got a substitution
And we got a substitution with Juan Vargas. Brilliant performance so far from Diego throughout all 3 periods. I'm sure might be seeing him again in this third period, but wow. Very, very impressive stuff from him. Juan Vargas promoting that fast pace. Ties it up. And Yao finds his range there in the short ball. And Juan Vargas, maybe he's a bit tired. He's not as fresh as he was in that first period. He's not getting through. Yao finds Nick there. 1 minute power play being used by the Greenwich Panthers. For the first time, Sanjay Jiva is not involved in a power play. Quite the tactic. Curious to what Coach Cameron Pilley was thinking here. Will it pay off? One now. These two are jockeying for position in the middle there. It's an error, but doesn't matter. Oh, what a kill. Ref not stopping play. Perhaps he did get that. Oh, doesn't matter. Does not matter. When you're slotting it like that. Getting from Cameron Pilley's pancakes. He was able to put in that slam dunk that he had back a couple years back before retirement. I'm sure everyone knows about that one. Big shift from Yao. As we get a substitution at 10-all We've got New York Knights, which I think has been the best player in today's evening, Dylan Huang. Really been steady. Let's see what happens here as we head towards the middle stage of the third period. And no penalty shootout tonight. But don't worry, everyone's going to be nonstop NSL action throughout this weekend. And I am positive that we're going to see at least one penalty shootout. Probably the one I'm not going to be commentating in, because given my luck. Great get. Wow, he's working that diagonal here. Dylan slowing the pace down a bit here. Really holding the ball. Seeing it a second later. Juan Vargas definitely liking the fast pace. And real soon here, we're going to do another coach's interview.
Hi, Cam.
Hey, how we doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, good.
So you guys were comfortably up the first period. And then I think the whole time you were confident, you were patient, you're pressuring the other team. And then the second period, I think when Dylan was in with Sanjay and you guys used the power play, it kind of turned around because Sanjay didn't really win the points that you wanted him to win. So how did that affect the period, and how is it affecting the third period now?
Yeah, it's funny. It's very tactical when you use that power play, and depending on who's on court, defending the power play as well. So I think that first period with the new ball, I think our team, I think we handled the new ball much better. We hit the corners better, and like you said, it was pretty comfortable. That second period, we were close to taking it to 21 all, I think it was, and we didn't. But it's tough. When you put that power play on a player, there's a little bit of pressure there where you feel like you need to rush and grab the ball and quickly play. So I just said to the guys after the first and second, like when you choose your power play, you've still got to play your game, but you're just going to play an attacking version of your game. You're not going to go crazy and sprint to get the ball and run around. It's your game, but you're just playing a more attacking version of your game. And we all agreed on that, so it's going to be interesting to see how we do in this period.
It's tight. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My goodness, everyone, this is so tight right now in this third period. Really nothing in it between these two teams. This is the third period in a row where it's been 12 all. This might be the closest match. Deserves to go to penalty shootout. Okay. I foresaw this coming, this match getting a little feisty with what's on the line for the season with playoffs implications for the New York Knights here. In a strong debut performance that the Greenwich Panthers probably wanted without Mustafa Saul. And if they can hold on like this without him, this is just scary hours for the rest of the season for Greenwich. Really showing their depth of consistency. We're getting fist pumps left and right now. Really finding their corners here. Dylan snap to the back. Dylan with the smallest of small leads here at 14-12 with Sanjay Jiva coming on. Greenwich Panthers really spreading out their players' court time here. We heard Sam Shaw earlier about kind of splitting how his strategy is going to be with each players and how many minutes they're going to get. And got a quick stroke from Sanjay. Again, fascinating to see his development as he's showing a lot more consistency nowadays on tour, showing everyone that he can play the defensive game as well. He can rally, he can dig deep. He's always been such an athletic player. Oh my God, what a get! Dylan Wong. Wow, what a performance by him. I mean, I really think he's the reason why the New York Knights are still in this. The replay of that yet. Dylan's simply quite a big player on court. Hard to get him off the tee area. Very steady throughout. That's cut in by Sanjay. Lengthy affair. A little bit of a labor movement there by Dylan. He's been able to soak in the pressure by both Juan Vargas and now Sanjay Jiva. Curious to see what Coach Sam Sherrill's thinking here. What a kill from his backhand. Gorgeous shot from Sanjay. Half volley there. Hold and wow, those legs have been working. I think there's some labor movement there. And just as I say that, Coach Sam Sherrill takes him out and puts Simon Herbert in, who had such a spectacular season opener coming from Nashville. Had a lot to prove for being dropped from them, but maybe feeling the nerves today, not feeling his best squash, getting a bit frustrated with the decisions. We'll see if Sanjay Jiva can be able to take advantage of that, or Simon showing the class he has, responding back in this third period. It's gorgeous. You can tell that Coach Cameron Pilley kind of calmed his players down. No need to alter too much. Don't need to get overwhelmed by the format, just be able to play your game. And it's been a success so far this evening. As we get down to the last 13 minutes here in the third period, and really still nothing in it between these two teams. New York Knights with the slightest of slight lead here at 16-15. Gorgeous from Sanjay. A couple winners from his backhand side. Not often you see that with left-handed players. Simon Herbert also outside the NSL has had a great season. In my opinion, really just one win away, getting scalps over these big players, really taking Kareem Gawad to 5. He has the squash for it. He really does. Not the best of lobs, but kind of threw Simon off there, actually, with the quality. Sanjay kind of reading Simon there. Triple both red. And get another error from Simon as he looks up. There's no need for him to get frustrated here. No matter what, there's still only 1 point down. And just as I say, it ties it up. Just needs to be steady and not get too rattled for both these players. I believe we got a power play from the Greenwich Panthers. This means they've used up all their power plays after this one. It's going to be a longer one here. Sanjay, listening to Coach Pilley's advice, no need to rush. Just play your game, but just be a bit more attacking.
As a reminder, the power play, they keep serving around the score, so Greenwich can score and serve that for a minute and 20 seconds. New York.
Be a lengthy rally. This is good defense. It's a good defense by Simon Herbert here. Sanjay is having a tough time taking any lead here in this power play. It's a stroke there. 2-point lead now. What a get! Sanjay pounces on it. Oh.
Come on. 10 seconds.
A 3-point lead. It's good stuff from Sanjay. It's got to hurt. Oh, that should have been Sanjay's serve for everyone tuning in during a power play. Does he have time for one more? Can he sneak in one more? No need to hurry anything here. Just rally it out. Some brutal movements here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is getting feisty now. Forget that the New York Knights have 2 power plays that we heard sneakily from Coach Sam Michel there. That he's probably going to give all 3 minutes to Ian Yao. As just as I say that, we see Yao take on court. And Sanjay Jiva also. This is going to be very interesting. We know for a fact now that probably Ian Yao is going to use up 3 minutes of that power play. We're going to see how they respond, but there is a 4-point lead. The ref really promoting the players to not look for players here. And there, as Yao looks to cut in this mini lead, already down to 2 now. It's just unbelievably close. Got 7 minutes, 30 seconds now on the clock for determining who's going to win this afternoon. Will this send New York Knights packing? Raising a lot of question marks in their season. Or is this going to be a comeback win for them? The Greenwich Panthers, I think no matter what happens, this is a great start for them. Showing the depth of players, understanding the NSL format, playing well in the NSL format. As explosive as it is just as important to make sure you're playing error-free squash. Just these two rallying it out here. Mesmerizing stuff here. Great lob. Great rally. Vargas being able to pin him in the corner there. Oh. Huge fist pump there from Juan Vargas. And when we got the power play, this is instrumental, again, not only for the fact that Yao is the only one to score points, but keep in mind this is a great way to also defend. As Greenwich Panthers, while they have a 4-point lead, they're not going to be able to score any points here at all for the next minute. And I'm going to presume that Yao is going to also take that 2-minute power play right after. Leading up to such a good finale here. Wrap up this third period. Yeah, hitting that boast. Is he going to follow up? Enough there to on that width. Oh! Spectacular shot from Yao. Cutting that cross-court drop with his backhand. Is he finding his range here from the attacks? Wrong foot swap Vargas. Quickly, the lead is cut down to 2 now. And straight away, just as I presumed, as we knew from Mr. Cheryl's tactics, it's a 2-minute power play right away, causing confusion to Juan Vargas.
Go ahead. So you can play runs till 4 minutes on the clock, so when the clock gets going, you serve.
Loving the passion here from the players. As Coach Sam Sherrill reminds the referee of the rules behind the NSL. Perhaps they're rewinding the clock here.
2 more minutes of power play. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for clarifying. Appreciate it. So you get 2 minutes as soon as you serve. 2 minutes.
Oh! That's 3 points in a row for Yao as Sam Sherrill's in the edge of his seat here. And that is 4. Yao's finding his range and a bit labored movement from Juan Vargas. Again, he can't ask for a let. He's got to be ready. That's more like it, lobbing it up, slowing it down. That's 2. Yao is finally finding his range in this third period. I mean, what a time to find his range, correct? Footer, but seems like Yao's finally understanding the power play and the urgency behind it. He's probably going to guess here. So we hear some vamos behind the crowd as New York Knights take the lead here, 25-24. Again, this is the defense I was talking about on the power play. You can't score points. This is concerning signs ahead. As Sanjay spreading misinformation there. There's still 10 seconds left in the power play. The final rally here. As this is tough times for Juan Vargas ahead here, but we're about to go to interview to John at the on-site MC. Oh my God.
So that's a turn of events, guys. The first period, the Panthers were comfortably winning, and then especially when Yao and Vargas started, Vargas took the lead and they utilized the new ball. But then the second period, I think when Dylan came in, I think he switched the whole momentum of the whole match, especially when Sanjay was playing against him and they used their power plays. Dylan was able to defend and make it as hard as possible for Sanjay to get the ball. And now with the turn of events, and then I think the New York Knights are coming back, and I think they're winning, and Yao is making his comeback against Vargas, unlike the first how it started. Thank you.
And we get Jonas thoughts, and we got the Jonas thoughts there. But wow, what a turn of events here! I mean, honestly, this is just credit to Coach Sam Sherrill. The way he lined it up was saving the power plays. Maybe a bit of a rookie mistake from Coach Cameron Pilley, who just joined in as the coach for the Greenwich Panthers. But New York Knights patiently waiting, sticking with it, staying close, and now has quickly racked up a lead, 32-24, as there's 1 minute left. I mean, close throughout, and out of nowhere, they take a massive lead as New York Knights continue to have their playoff dreams and hopes alive here. And Yao finally waking up and showing his class. And at this point, he's just killing the clock. Just very clever by him. Seems like he's understood this format. It's going to take a heroic effort from Juan Vargas to kind of come back from this, but very interesting to see the type of style of play that Yao's bringing in now. Counter punches there brilliantly, as he really sucks the life out of the Greenwich Panthers there. I mean, really, they had it in grasp. They're going to be looking back at the second period and the mistakes they made. Perhaps some coaching strategy mistakes they made, letting both those power plays be present. And just like that, New York Knights take the victory, taking that third period. Again, keeping their playoff hopes alive. I mean, what a performance by them. We're starting to count them out after that first period with their performance. They seemed a bit sluggish, but they really finding their range in the second and third period. Huge shout out to Dylan Huang, keeping them in that second period, and kind of Yao putting his finishing touches there. And I mean, the stats are coming in hot now, right now. Plus 11 for the third period for Yao there. Unbelievable performance right now. Wrap things up.
So tough luck for the Greenwich Panthers. Round of applause for the Panthers. And then congrats for the home team, the New York Knights. Let's go, New York Knights, come on! Woo! That's better. That's better. Okay, first question for the coach. So, I always like to ask that question. Did you have an idea of the levels of every player before you came in?
Yeah, at a pretty good level. Pretty good idea, I think.
And did this idea that you had apply to what you saw today, or did it change? Same for the other team. You always had an idea for the levels of the other team. Did that change? Did someone play better than you expected, worse than you expected? You don't have to say names, but just the idea.
Yeah, well, I think Diego played for us. Everyone as they got off court said he was one of the hardest players to play, and he was the lowest ranked on paper. So I think he was someone we adjusted to, and maybe changed our game plan a little. I think the other person, Dylan, who in the last two periods especially, he had power plays against him and defended incredibly well, so that for the last period we were even with both of our power plays, or we were 4 down with both of our power plays left, which we felt really good about. So I think those were the two people who I think had the biggest delta to what we thought.
So that was my second question to Dylan, because I personally think he was tonight's MVP. From a squash perspective, I think he was able to turn everything tonight for the Knights' favor. So I want to ask him a question. First of all, congrats. Again, in the second period, you guys were, I think, still down a couple points, and you playing against Sanjay, who was a very, very skilled player, but they called their power play, and you were able to turn this into your favor, and I think you only scored a couple points where you made it very hard for him, very long rallies, and you were defending really well. So how was again, we talked about it a little bit again, but I want you to say it again.
Yeah, I noticed the ball was quite hot flying around the court, so I was like, it's going to be hard for him to put away the ball, so I just lifting, making rallies long, making it hard for him. And I think he could say it was pretty hard to put the ball away.
Sorry, Sanjay.
But yeah, the tactic worked out.
Anything you want to add with that?
I mean, the entire team played well. There was, sometimes some of us would be a little bit, give out a few points, but then others would cover for him. So it's a team effort for sure.
Yeah. Matt, do you have a last question?
Any questions from the crowd? Any questions from the crowd for these players? Anybody? Anybody? All right. In that case, Yao, quick question for you. Highest ranked player on the court. Any pressure that comes with that? Like, is that tricky?
Yeah, I mean, part of playing squash is handling the pressure, but today definitely I was a little bit edgy at the start. You could see I was struggling to find my rhythm a little bit at the start, but as I got into it, I was basically given an instruction to just go in there and grind as hard as I can and stay on there as long as I can. I've been given an order on how long I need to stay on there. So it was just about, for me today, was defending the points and playing the big points well. So I thought I did that well, and it was definitely a lot of pressure on there, but I enjoyed every second of it.
Congratulations again, New York Knights. Thanks to our sponsors, Open Squash, New York Squash, and Black Knight Squash. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the NSL. Thank you so much for coming. For those who do want to come to an after party at City Squash, several of us are going over there. Okay?
What a brilliant evening of squash, everyone, on a Thursday night here. New York Knights taking the much-needed, a must-win victory there. Dylan Huang really putting the team on his back. They're making sure they stay alive. I mean, rightfully so, calling him the MVP for tonight's evening. I mean, no shame to the Greenwich Panthers. I think they showed a brilliant outing. I think there's a lot to be excited about ahead of the season for them being at an away match, not in their home turf, without Mustafa Saul being present. I think that was a monumental effort from them, also showing their class and consistency. I think they kind of put themselves on the map there with that performance. And New York Knights, I mean, all credit to them coming back from that, being down in that first period. So, guys, don't worry. There's a lot more NSL action ahead outside today. There's going to be a couple matches tomorrow, Saturday, the week after, and we're going to be straight into playoffs, semifinals, and finals. I mean, the action will not stop. And I mean, it's a great time to be a squash fan right now with the World Championships going on as well, and just great stuff ahead. I'm sure the statistics will be broken down as the days in the days to come. But wow, as we see the pictures being taken here in the New York Knights squad, I mean, they still have Rory Stewart. They have, who wasn't present today, who was fantastic, who's been fantastic, who's been part of that championship run for them as well. So thank you for joining in today's match, and hope to see you guys tomorrow.